Good evening, people watching Miss 65 Lisa Voice. I'm going to give you the gospel. It's in 1 Corinthians 15, 1 through 4. Christ shed his blood for all of our sins, past, present, future, was buried, and rose again on the third day, according to Scripture. That's how we're saved. That's how we're kept saved. No other way. That's the gospel. His death, burial, and resurrection. No, you must not do anything else for salvation except believe. Let's get that straight. I'm looking at a few comments, and no matter how many times you present this gospel in the simple way, some people still aren't going to get it. And that's just not my problem. That's between them and God. The only thing I can do is give you the gospel. It is grace through faith in Christ alone, not of ourselves, not of works, lest any man should boast. It is grace that God gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him will not perish but have eternal life. Now, whosoever believe in him will not perish but have eternal life. Again, it is grace through faith in Christ alone, not of yourself or not of ourselves, not of works, lest any man should boast. You boast by coming to Christ with your works, because you take the focus off of Christ and you put it on yourself, something that you can't do because you didn't earn salvation and you don't deserve it. We do not deserve salvation. We don't deserve grace. We don't deserve any of that. We deserve hell. But through the blood of Jesus, which we put our faith and trust in, we're saved. I don't know how much, I really don't know how simple that goes. I mean, how do you come to the knowledge of believing? You believe by admitting you're a sinner in need of Christ. You put your faith and trust in him. You believe in him. You accept him as Savior. When you've done that, you're born again. It doesn't get any simpler than that, folks. When you've done that, you're born again. The Holy Spirit will indwell in you. The Holy Spirit will seal you until the day of redemption. The Holy Spirit will lead you, guide you. The Holy Spirit will change you. He's your best friend. That's the simple gospel right there. And it would really, I wouldn't think about it too long, because with the way things are going now, you don't know when the rapture is going to happen. But know this, the rapture is going to happen. Either the rapture is going to happen or you might take your last breath. You don't know when neither one of those are. And you're going to live eternity in one of two places, heaven or hell. That's a fact. So, why not choose heaven? Like the thief on the cross did at the last moment. I got 4 articles. I got alerts going off on my phone earlier. I got about 3 or 4 alerts going off on my phone. I get those alerts from an app on Apple, on the Apple phone. I have an Apple phone. It's called Red Alert. Now, I don't know whether Android phones can get it, but that's what I have. And it let me know that alerts were going off in Israel and so forth. Now, I got 3 or 4 articles here. Now listen to this. And this came out right after I had did the video this morning. Russia warns Israel. Hand over Jerusalem compound immediately. Now it says that after conflicting decisions by Israeli Prime Minister, Putin demands ownership of a church compound in Jerusalem be officially transferred to Russia. I don't care how small an item is in Israel. I don't care if it's a rock. No one is to take ownership of that. But Israel. This is serious. Prime Minister Naftali Bennett must immediately follow through on a promise given to Russia by his predecessor, Benjamin Netanyahu. Listen to this. And transfer ownership of a Jerusalem church to Moscow, wrote Vladimir Putin in a strongly worded letter to Israel's prime minister on Sunday. This is so serious right now. The timing of the demand is significant as it came shortly after Foreign Minister Yair Lapid harshly criticized the Russian invasion of Ukraine, accusing Moscow of war crimes. Israel also recently voted to remove Russia from UN's Human Rights Council, a move which sparked Russian officials to summon the Israeli ambassador in Moscow for a dressing down. The Alexander Nevsky Church, also known as the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, is a prominent holy site for the Russian Orthodox Church, located in the Christian quarter of the Old City of Jerusalem. During the Ottoman Empire era, the site was registered as belonging to the Russian kingdom. In 2017, Russia requested that Israel officially transfer ownership of the church and its compound to Moscow. Initially, the Israeli government held that such a change in ownership would need to be investigated and decided upon by the Supreme Court. But after Israeli-American Naima Issachar was imprisoned for traveling through a Russian airport with a small amount of cannabis in her possession in 2020, then Premier Netanyahu agreed to formally return this site back to Moscow. That's how this whole thing started. Israeli land registry records were changed to state that the compound belonged to Russia later that year. However, after taking office, Bennett reportedly ordered that the decision be reversed and the matter once again be determined by the Supreme Court. Up until recently, it appeared that Russia was willing to wait until the case played out in an Israeli court. But Lapid's comments may have ended Moscow's patience. So now we're fighting for the return of the compound, and it is very difficult. We were almost there. We worked for 5 years, and we found all the historical documents, but the situation with Ukraine occurred, and Israel behaved as it often does, playing with both sides, playing ping pong with everyone. Sergei Sebastian, who is currently visiting Israel and manages Russia's properties in the Middle East, told media. On Monday, Israel, which is today, Israel had yet to respond to Putin's demand. So there you go. That's the history of what's going on right now. As far as I'm concerned, if it's on Israel's land, it belongs to Israel, but this could go on. Now, let's get into this. This is off. And I had already been saying that Russia has declared World War III, but it's officially begun. Russian media reacted to the sinking of the flagship battlecruiser by proclaiming the World War III had begun. This is another article off of Israel 365. Olga Skabaneva, I think that's her name, or Skabaneva, a leading television presenter, announced on Russia's state television, discussed the protracted special operation in Ukraine. I think I did something a little bit on this the other day, but this article just came out today about it. They're saying that, Ukraine is starting this. It is officially World War III. That's what they're saying. I also got this earlier. Now, I had mentioned that Iran already had a bomb. They're just waiting to use it. Like I said before this morning. Iran, they've been saying that Iran is a year from accumulating enriched uranium or getting a bomb. They've been saying that for the longest time. Oh, they're 2 months away or they're 6 months away. They were saying that 5 years ago or a year ago. They have a bomb. I don't believe that. Please, they already have it. So, and this is going to confirm that. Iran has confirmed it relocated a centrifuge facility to its underground Natanz nuclear site. State media reported days after the UN atomic watchdog said it installed surveillance cameras to monitor the new workshop at Tehran's request. The late Saturday report, now this just came out today. The late Saturday report by the official IRNA news agency comes as a diplomatic efforts to restore Iran's tattered nuclear deal appeared stalled. The news agency quoted the spokesman for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization as saying authorities had moved the operation to a safer place. Iran's centrifuge facility in Karaj found itself targeted in what Iran describes as a sabotage attack in June. Unfortunately, because of a terrorist operation that took place against Karaj, we were obliged to intensify security measures under which we moved an important part of the machines and transferred the rest to Natanz and Isfahan. Isfahan is the location of another Iranian nuclear site. So on Thursday, the Vienna-based International Atomic Energy Agency said it installed cameras and removed seals from machines at the new workshop 2 days earlier. Those machines will be used to make centrifuge rotor tubes and bellows, crucial parts for the devices that spin at very high speeds to enrich uranium gas. Talks between Iran and world powers in Vienna to revive the 2015 nuclear deal have stalled. That's what it says there. This just came out today. Now, this also came out today. I got a lot of news. Putin's nuclear bombers were seen flying close to the Ukrainian border in a major war escalation. Now, this came out on End Times headlines, but they got it from, of course, another source. It says, this is a chilling moment. One of Vladimir Putin's nuclear bombers were caught flying close to the Ukrainian border in a major military escalation. The Tu-160 strategic bomber was seen in the skies over western Ukraine amid huge pressure on the Kremlin over the sinking of the Moskva flagship in the Black Sea. Videos today caught 4 aircraft, one used to carry nuclear bombs, over the Kaluga region between Moscow and the Ukrainian border. The Defense Ministry in Moscow had not immediately announced the purpose of the mission. Larger Tu-95s have been used a number of times to strike targets in Ukraine with non-nuclear weapons, notably Kh-55 and Kh-101 air-landed cruise missiles. The latest attacks by Russia have concentrated on major cities including Kiev and Lviv. More footage emerged showing the mission by the Tu-95s on Saturday over the Smolensk region, also in western Russia. The super loud Tu-95 is the only propeller-powered strategic bomber still in operational use today, and the plane first flew 70 years ago. I can't believe that thing is still operational today. That's unbelievable. I have to admit, that's impressive. 70 years ago? Holy cow. Anyway, that's what I got right now. Things are really moving. They're moving fast. Therefore, you should really get saved. And I'm talking to those who are scrolling through YouTube just to find some channels and so forth, and you happen to come on this one. It's time to get saved. Some of you would probably be like, oh, well, I'll wait and see what's going to happen. Yeah, well, at that point, it'll be too late. Sorry. It'll be too late. Because when you say, oh, yeah, I'll wait until I see what's going to happen. When the rapture comes and you're in the great tribulation, you will accept the mark of the beast. You know why? Because you're going to be starving. And this is to the person who says, oh, I'll wait until see what's going to happen. You will not get saved. Just saying, you won't get saved because you will accept the great delusion that the Antichrist is going to come on the scene that's mentioned in Revelation 6:2. You're going to accept the delusion that he's actually Christ. And you're going to believe him. You're going to take the mark because you're going to be starving and you're going to be wanting food and you're going to be wanting other things. So, yeah, you're going to take the mark. So you're not going to get saved. So you might as well get saved now and save yourself all the trouble. Seriously. I'm going to link all these articles in the description box. I'm getting more news coming out now, too. Let me take a look at this and see. $300 microchip implants for the hand are here. So, excuse me. What else? Yeah, that's about it right now. So I'm going to link all of these in the description box. Anything else comes up, I will let you know. But this is enough for now. This is a lot to untake. And like I said, it's time to get saved. No, you don't get water baptized before you get saved. Someone wrote earlier, oh, you have to repent and you have to get water baptized so you can get saved. Tell me where that is in the Bible for salvation, because I can tell you that it's not. Not in Paul's gospel. It's not. We're in the dispensation of grace. The dispensation of grace. This is the final dispensation for the church. Not the final dispensation, but the final dispensation for the church. Folks, is coming to a close. That means that we are about to leave. Period. Again, some people want to say, this lady teaches once saved, always saved. She's a liar. I've seen that. I see that every day. We'll see who's lying at the judgment seat. Because it won't be me. I follow the Lord's word, and that's what his word says. Matter of fact, Paul was so eminent about this word that he told the church of the Galatian church, who has bewitched you into accepting another gospel? Once saved, always saved is the gospel. Once you accept Christ as Savior, again, the Holy Spirit, according to Ephesians 4:30, will seal you until the day of redemption. That's what the Holy Spirit does. He seals you until the day of redemption, which means, what part of seal don't people understand? You will not lose your salvation. Period. God, no one will pluck you out of his hands. I don't know what part people I don't know why this is so difficult for people to get. I really don't. Well, yeah, I do, because it was difficult for me to get. Well, I'd never been taught it. So, I'm going to leave these articles in the description box. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know about it. Thank you.